Today's video is sponsored by Sonic Foam Ear Tips. Alright guys, so after doing the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 videos that I've done lately, I've realized in the comments section that there are a lot of people that will defend a product just simply based off the brand. No matter what that brand puts out, they will defend it, they will try to explain why it's this and why it's the best, almost to the point of being obnoxious. So I figured, and I got to thinking, is there any specific brand that I would be like that towards? Is there any brand that, like, if I could only buy just audio products from one specific brand, who would it be and why? So I figured this would be a pretty interesting video to just kind of go through some of my favorite audio brands and kind of see why I may go with one brand over the other, and in the end, see which brand I would ultimately choose if I could only buy from that one company when it comes to audio products the rest of my life. But before we get into that, we're gonna go ahead and talk about today's sponsor, which is Sonic Foam. If you are a fan of earbuds, which if you watch this channel, you likely are, most earbuds come with silicone ear tips, but a lot of you guys actually prefer foam ear tips. It just gives you a better fit, it's more isolation, it just blocks out a lot more things around you. And Sonic Foam is a company that pretty much has you covered whatever earbuds you have. In fact, on their website, there is a compatibility list that goes through almost every earbud, so you can find the right one that's for the earbud that you have. And it even comes in a nice little hard case, and mine came with a nice handwritten note, which I see is something that they include with every purchase. And I think that's kind of a nice personal touch. So if you're somebody that prefers foam ear tips, I highly recommend Sonic Foam. I will have a link to their site in the description and also to some of their Amazon listings. And again, I'd like to thank Sonic Foam for sponsoring today's video. Now, the first company that came to mind is Sony. I've always kind of considered myself a Sony fanboy, and when I initially got into headphones and earbuds and all that in general, Sony has always kind of caught my attention. Now, when it comes to noise canceling, Sony has some of the best out there. With their XM4s and the XM5s, with the over-the-ear headphones, they've kind of proven to be competitors against companies like Bose. Now, I am going to say with the WF-1000 XM5s, which is the earbud version, I was not actually impressed by those. I didn't really get a good fit, and it just didn't kind of meet my needs. And for the most part, Sony can be a little expensive. They can be overpriced for some of the things that they're offering. But I am a huge fan of Sony's app. I like the control that you get over their things. Sony has a really good lineup of Bluetooth speakers. They do have some wired headphones, some higher end headphones if you kind of want to go into that market. Their true wireless earbuds, I do feel like, are some of the best out there. I just don't think the XM5s are one of the best out there, but they have plenty of different ones to choose from. Now, although they have the Link Buds as far as like an open ear style design product to be able to use that way, I'm not the biggest fan of the Link Buds, but at least they also have neckband speakers if you're kind of looking for something where you can hear your audio but still kind of be aware of your surroundings. So Sony definitely has a lot of positives, and that's definitely a company I'm really considering. Now, the next one is Soundpeats. Now, they are definitely here because of value and because of diversity. They have so many different products, and they're coming out with stuff pretty regularly where I feel like it always kind of feels fresh. It doesn't feel like it's getting stale. And the Engine 4 and the Opera O5s are two of my favorite earbuds, and they're very inexpensive for what they're offering. And almost all of their products lately have LDAC compatibility. So you're getting some of the best Bluetooth codec that you can get. You don't have to spend a fortune. Now, as far as the over-the-ear headphones, there's not anything that like extremely stands out. I think the headphones are good enough, but it's not one that I would consider like one of the best out there. So that is definitely a negative, but Soundpeats throughout the years have just continued to impress me. The value's there, the quality's there, the sound is there. I'm not the biggest fan of the app. It is progressing, getting a little bit better, but Soundpeats is another one that I would definitely consider. Now, the next one is Status Audio. Now, they are very limited on their products. They really just have a couple of earbuds, couple of headphones. In fact, the Status CB1s were one of the first over-the-ear headphones that I had that focused a lot on treble. I felt like it really brought out a lot of details, and I kind of feel like that carries over into their earbuds. I feel like their earbuds are some of the most detailed. I feel like the noise canceling is extremely good in both of the ones that they have to offer. And although it has a unique design, it does house like multiple drivers, and the way that Status Audio tunes their products using those drivers as well is just something they've perfected. I think that's one of the best sounding earbuds out there. I don't, again, there's not a lot of diversity. There's not really speakers or anything. So it's kind of limited. And the noise canceling is just decent on the earbuds. It's not gonna compare to Sony and Bose. But from sound quality alone and the strength of those earbuds, it still has to say a lot that I would even consider Status Audio. Now the next one kind of falls in the same category as Status Audio, and that is Cambridge Audio. Cambridge Audio is another company that I love the way that they tune their products. There's not a lot to choose from when it comes to their products. They do have several different earbuds. I was extremely impressed with their new over-the-ear headphones. I definitely feel like that is a pair that compares to the Sony and the Bose. I feel like it even competes with the Focal Batis, which is a much more expensive Bluetooth headphone, because the sound is excellent. Cambridge Audio, I feel like, spends a lot of their time focusing on the tuning of their products. I've always been impressed. They put out some of my favorite earbuds, although I'm going to say a negative about them. They have some issues sometimes with touch controls. Now, they've gotten better throughout the years. It's something that I had with their initial products, but because they don't put out things very often, having an issue with touch controls on a specific model means you kind of have to live with that for a while because it's going to be a while before they put something else out. But the earbuds, the headphones sound fantastic. The noise canceling on the earbuds are decent, but the noise canceling on the headphones are really, really good. So I think that Cambridge Audio has a lot of value to their products as well. And they also offer some really impressive amps. So, they kind of have a lot of different things covered, but yeah, when it comes to speakers, at least that I know of, I don't think they have any in this market. And then the next one is Sennheiser. Now this is a company I kind of go way back with. When I originally was covering a lot of wired headphones, I had a lot of interest in open back headphones. Sennheiser was always one of my favorites. I just like the way that their products are tuned. I like the openness that they had, but still the ability to deliver dynamic sound. It wasn't, where the sound was escaping into my surroundings, where it just kind of sounded dull or where it kind of sounded flat. Sennheiser became one of those brands that I was very, very loyal to for a long time. And I do feel like their true wireless earbuds are some of the best if you're looking for a natural sounding earbud. Noise canceling is some of the best on the Momentum lineup of earbuds. And I do feel like the Momentum 4 wireless headphones are some of the most underrated wireless noise canceling headphones out there. The noise canceling is excellent. The sound quality, in my opinion, is better than the Sony and the Bose. But for some reason, Sennheiser just kind of flies under the radar and does not get as much attention as Sony or Bose. Now, Sennheiser, I believe, do have like sound bars when it comes to TVs, but I don't know that they actually have any Bluetooth speakers or any portable speakers. So that is kind of limited. But to be able to have some of the best wireless noise canceling headphones, some of the best wireless earbuds, and some of the best wired headphones is definitely a reason to consider Sennheiser. Now the next company, and this is the last one that I'm including on my list, is Earfun. Now this one kind of falls under the same category as Soundpeats. And the reason for that is they bring a ton of value. You could see this in my latest video on the AirPro 4s. I feel like for under $100, you're not gonna find any other earbud that offers that much when it comes to features, but also can stack up against the much more expensive earbuds when it comes to sound. And they've kind of been this way since the beginning. They came out as a budget branded earbud. They were one of the first to offer some features that were only in much more expensive earbuds. So that's what initially caught my attention. And the fact that throughout the years, they've kind of grown to be one of the more well-known earbud companies. And I also feel like even though they're really good with their earbuds, I do feel like the Wave Pro headphones are really good for their price. So they have a very good noise canceling pair of wireless headphones. They have a wide array of earbuds. I think that was their initial focus. They're kind of branching out some. They have headphones, they have earbuds. I believe they're going to get into open ear style earbuds, which I think is huge. I think we're going to start to see a lot of companies kind of go into this. And then their speakers are small. They don't have anything that's going to stand out speaker wise. I think they're pretty generic from a design standpoint. And I think, again, this is just to be able to have something in the market and not necessarily have something that's unique or something that's large or something that's going to compete with some of the bigger brands out there. So to wrap this up and to pick the one that I would have to pick between, and this was a tough decision. There's several that it definitely could have been between, but in the end, I did go with Sony here. And that is, again, kind of surprising because their flagship earbud, which is the XM5s, I am not the biggest fan of. But taking that away, the XM5 headphones, the XM4 headphones, the XM4 earbuds, the LinkBuds S, like the other lineup of earbuds that they have, and if you're a bass head, you have the Sony Alt lineup, so the Alt headphones that we checked out lately. There's just a lot that they have covered. And if you want wired headphones, they have a history of releasing those. The neckband speaker, I'm a huge fan of. I do wish that they would come out with a better open ear style earbud because I don't feel like the LinkBuds are the answer. But there's just so much to choose from. And if you're willing to spend a little bit more money, I always feel like quality-wise, I'm getting my money's worth with Sony. So that is my personal pick. But I am really curious as to what companies you guys would pick and why you would pick them. Is it because of features? Is it because of sound? Is it, what reason would you pick one company if it was the only audio company you could buy from the rest of your life? But guys, that's my video on the one audio brand that I would pick if I could only buy from one. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.